French much shalom, greetings to you all. The horror of Harvey and Irma are leaving terrible scars, but showing how community can come together and help each other and share and build and regenerate. Now, the other night, I heard from a very dear friend of mine who's living in Miami and who's had more misfortune than anyone should have. Well, she was hunkered down in safety, waiting for the storm, and she was just reaching out to tell me how much she appreciates the weekly commentaries, the words, the prayers, the thoughts, the care of our community for everyone. Friends, the energy you put out finds those in need and boosts them. So never think that your prayers, your wishes, your goodwill and love to the rest of the world goes unnoticed. So let us all come together as a community, a chavura, a fellowship, as we do every week, and join together to express our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes and dreams and wishes that unites us all. As we come together every week in this community house of spirit, Beth Ruach. So once again, please do. Go ahead and invite everybody that you know physically, psychically, spiritually, emotionally, to gather and share from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov, come together. Hine Matov, U'Manayim, She'etachim Gam, Yachad. Hine Matov, U'Manayim, She'etachim Gam, Yachad. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. So as a community, let us all spread love, goodwill, fellowship to the world. Now, the Hebrew month of Elul, which is the month that we're in right now, it's supposed to be a quiet month, relatively speaking, to allow for preparation for Rosh Hashanah and for the 10 days of awe, which is, what the High Holy Day period is called. But this Elul has been anything but quiet and peaceful. Now, aside from the storms, the other day we, of course, had the 9/11 memorial services. We also had National Suicide Prevention Day. It wasn't talked about much, and it's a horrible solution for people suffering with the most tremendous emotional pain that we can conceive of. So let's use this time to reflect on how we can find peace in a troubled world. It's important that we are able to cultivate compassion for ourselves before we can extend it to others. Because when we're willing to surrender to our utter helplessness and smallness, real strength and the capacity to transform an unjust situation can emerge. And we can be pretty small. I've read a lot recently that these horrid disasters going on are caused by climate change. And of course, I've also read that there is no climate change because we've been affecting the climate and environment forever anyhow. I've read that it is the anger and the wrath of God, even though we're also told we have a loving, forgiving, merciful God. And you actually read another possibility about God this week. Very interesting one. But I do have to say that I am torn over whether my favorite lately is that the recent unequal destruction was karma for how people voted, or that it was so certain ethnic populations would be wiped out. Now, I think karma wins the things people come up with. Now, there are good things to social media, and there are horrible things with social media, and maybe one day people will learn to use all these new tools in a much more progressive way. But any way you look at it, man's ego is, and always has been, quite the culprit. Man thinks because he rules the earth, he can do with it as he pleases. And if things don't change soon, it will. Oh, man has invented his doom. First step was touching the moon. Now there's a woman on my block. She just sit there as the night grows still. She say, who gonna take away his license to kill? Now he worships at an altar of a stagnant pool. When he sees his reflection, he's fulfilled. A man is opposed to fair play. He wants it all. He wants it his way. Now there's a woman on my block. sits there. I grow still. She says, who gonna take away his license to kill? Who is gonna take away man's license to kill? Yes, sir, the ego of man allows him to think he rules the world. How fitting that we have only, certain holy days dedicated to suppressing ego and understanding our role and our place in the scheme of things. Now, as we approach the end of the year, let's reach out and honor the spirits, the souls, the energy of our loved ones. We renew and strengthen our own connection with them and with everyone. So let's send healing, love, goodwill to all in need of renewal. Avenu Malkeinu, our Father, our Lord. Listen, hear our prayers and allow us to be guided with wisdom. And let us continue to send special words for those in need of renewal, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, for the victims of weather, for Anna, for Ben, for Taliesin, for the sweet honeybee, for all of you, for everyone in the world, the kindness, healing, wishes, goodwill, and love you all send out. It really does circle the world, finding those in need, my friends. So thank you, each and every one of you, for all you do, for all you care, because spirit never dies, and it does find where it's needed the most. Me, Shabbat. Avoteinu Makor HaBracha Limotenu, may the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Misha Barak, let us all have our spirits renewed, everybody, all over the world, all at once even. Now we're busily racing towards the end of the Torah, as we talked about. And this week, we have another two-part reading, nitzavim and vayalech, meaning standing, and he went, which is really an incorrect title and an incorrect writing of the word. You see, vayachal and vayalech are almost the same. And one means he went, and the other means and he finished. Biblical Hebrew with no vowels, a very difficult language. So this really shouldn't be he went, it really should be he finished. Moses went nowhere, but he did finish speaking. Right? But you got to have one of the Dead Sea Scrolls in order to see the proper spelling. Well, what we do know, because we're reaching the end, is a transition's taking place. The wandering is over. The people are now on the banks of the river. Distribution of land is about to take place. A system of laws for community exists. The establishment of the one place for God is anticipated, and choice between blessing and curse is all laid out. Society is in order, in which acts of betrayal, hidden from the eyes of others, will be visible to God, and he alone can exact retribution for them. But when such acts are committed publicly rather than in secret, it's the obligation of the entire community to take steps against the perpetrators. Friends, the entire book of Deuteronomy as we know it was written in a period of ominous threats to national existence. It was after the destruction of the northern kingdom of Israel, which would have been about 722 before the Common Era. And it took little effort of imagination to conjure up an immediate and imminent prospect of calamitous destruction and exile, as is done in several points in this book. In this parsha, you read enough to see the assumption of the condition of exile as an accomplished fact, and it is presented as a prediction for the future. But alternatives are also presented. Alternatives between Israel is to choose by its future actions, here occurring as always a historical sequence. First, the curse of exile, then the blessing of restoration. Restoration, returning to Shuvah, our cornerstone theme. It's evident throughout this entire section. You'll always be welcome back into the heart of God. And Moses states, you shall turn back to the Lord your God and heed his voice as all that I charge you today. Now the final deal between God and man is being made as we watch the people standing here. The covenant is about to be fulfilled, but not with whom you think it's going to be fulfilled. Deuteronomy 29:14. And not with you alone do I seal this covenant and this oath, but with him who is here standing with us this day before the Lord our God, and with him who is not here with us this day. Well, the covenant, my friends, is with us. All of us, the ones not there that day. It's a timeless model. And so the force of the idea is nicely caught by the rabbinic notion that all unborn generations were already standing there at Sinai. And I'm sure you've all heard that before. And notice that Moses is talking to the people about the past as if they had experienced the things that they never had. None of them knew Egypt. None of them were alive then. And as Moses talks to the people, he explains there is a pattern and a place for everything. Deuteronomy 29:28. The hidden things belong to the Lord our God. The revealed things belong to us and to our children forever, to do all the words of this instruction. Well, Moses tells the people that there are things that are solely in the divine realm, hidden from humans. Now, humans' task is here in this world to live a certain kind of life. The commandments are not enigmatic. They do not reside in some distant realm, and they do not require an intermediary, no matter what anybody tells you. They're already made known, and they are within any human's ability to do them. Deuteronomy 39:10. For this command, which I charge you today, is not too wondrous for you, nor is it distant. It's not in the heavens to say, who will go up for us to the heavens and take it for us and let us hear it, that we may do it. And it's not beyond the sea to say, who will cross over for us beyond the sea and take it for us and let us hear it, that we may do it. But the word is very close to you, in your mouth, in your heart, to do it. See, I have set before you today life and good, and death and evil. Well, we have here an echo of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And the point is that good, which may lead to prosperity, is associated with life, just as evil, which may lead to adversity, is associated with death. Now, the great choice is made obvious. Life and good, death and evil. You know what? Using the knowledge of good and bad and choosing to do good is the path back to life. Not necessarily eternal life, but who knows? But meaningful life, fulfilling life. As the book of Proverbs says about knowledge and wisdom, it is a tree of life. You know, we say that every time we hold up the Torah. I've been thinking the way people do about the things that matter to me and you. I've decided to do what I can and to find the kind of man I really am. I can see the world from here, and it sometimes makes me want to disappear. Back to nature where we belong, with just one truth I found: you can't go wrong. Wherever you go, whatever you do, whatever you say, say it with love. Say everything with love, my friends, because then one of the most fascinating statements in the entire Torah occurs. And again, it's as a predictive statement of fact. Deuteronomy 31:16, and the Lord said to Moses, look, you're about to lie with your fathers, meaning you're about to die. And this people, meaning all the people there, will rise and go whoring after the alien gods of the land into the midst of which they are coming. And they will forsake me and break my covenant that I have sealed with them. And my wrath will flare against them. And on that day I shall forsake them and hide my face from them. And they will become fodder. And many evils and troubles will find them. And they will say on that day, is it not because our God is not in our midst that these evils have found us? And as for me, I will surely hide my face on that day for all the evil that they have done, for they turned to other gods. Man does not listen. Man does not get it. Man does love other gods. God will be hiding his face from man, which he says again next time in the Song of Moses. And it's known rabbinically as Hester Panim, the hiding of the face. Well, the hiding of God's face, of God's love, is an incredible shift. The Tanakh story moves from a time of extraordinary divine involvement, creation, flood, personal contact, splitting the sea, hearing God's voice at Sinai, to a time in which humans are left completely on their own. Now, the hiding of the face of God, which is predicted here, is understood to be the fate of the entire people, not of simply individuals. Divine hiddenness is not an individual's unique experience, and it's not based on an individual's behavior. It is the experience of a community and possibly of an era, perhaps the era we are in. Yes, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude. Light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, and be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone, and end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we are a community. We learn together. We celebrate each other. We love each other. We share this ride together, men and women equally. Let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, good healing to all who need it. Please do. Learn to forgive. Learn to love. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy the journey. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now, bless you all. Have a fantastic week. A week of love and light. A week of getting ready for the high holy days. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe. We set in motion all that happens in our lives. Our intention, our kavana, our cause, our effect. Everything is linked. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven. You do have a knowledge of what is good and bad. So acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness. Do so with sincerity, with accountability, with vulnerability. Forgive those who have hurt you as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate in life. We are on the cusp of the holiday of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a major part of love. Being judgmental can stand in the way of forgiveness. Fear of vulnerability can stand in the way of forgiveness. Who do you need to forgive, my friends? Today, allow the presence of the Lord to bestow forgiveness in your heart. And do not stop searching. Do not stop moving towards your promised lands. Keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear, follow love. It's always in front of you. And remember to have faith, an unwavering adherence to principle, just as I have faith in the principle of love and all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none. Defraud none, hate none, cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth, every creature of light. May all people know peace this year. And may you nurture kindness and love everywhere. Work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet your mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness and the ability to be mindful, present, aware in all circumstances. Staying with our real experience of ourselves and our situation will teach us exactly what we need to know for growth. By relaxing our bodies, quieting the chatter of our minds, and allowing our hearts to be more sensitive to any situation, we open up to the very inner qualities and resources that help us grow. Make the most of your time in this life. Recognize your ability to be a contagion of holiness, to touch and transform the lives around you. You are forever blessed and have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, renewal to everybody you come across. We are all energy. Energy can only be transformed, not destroyed. Your words are your power to transform, to love. So be generous with them. Bless others, bless yourself. Love with the heart. We're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger. And be there for someone, because someone's always there for you, whether you know it or not. Do not turn your face away. Do not turn your love away. Here I stand, head in hand, turn my face to the wall. If she's gone, I can't go on, feeling 2 foot small. Everywhere people stare, each and every way. I can see them laugh at me, and I hear them say, Hey, you've got to hide your love away. Hey, you've got to hide your love away. Do not hide your face. Do not hide your love. Be happy. Be healthy. Be helpful. Be kind and loving. And join us next week for Rosh Hashanah, the head of the year and the examination of self. And we will be doing a whole presentation. So Shabbat Shalom and blessings to you all. And I'll see you all next week. Take care. Bye.